Why don't I believe you?
Today in Judge Karen's court.
How long has she known you when she offered to loan you $5,000?
5 months.
I can't imagine. I just met you. Let me give you $5,000.
She said that she would agree to sign a second note.
No.
None of what she said is true.
No, I never signed the note. I've never even seen that note.
You have a witness here.
Yes, I have a handwriting expert.
Did you have an opportunity to review a known handwriting sample of Caylee shooting?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Real judge. Real drama. Real justice. And now, you're about to enter Judge Karen's court. Plaintiff Laura Robinson is suing her former friend and workmate Caylee Schutte for the remainder of a $5,000 loan. Laura says Caylee needed the money to help her pay for her wedding. But once the big day was over, Caylee quit her job and disappeared. Laura says as proof, she has a promissory note that Caylee signed. Defendant Caylee Schutte swears the plaintiff offered her the money without any expectation of being paid back. She says she's shocked at this lawsuit and categorically denies signing any promissory note.
Okay, Ms. Robinson, you are suing Ms. Schutte for $1,500, which is the remainder of a loan.
That's correct, yes.
And your position is, ma'am, Ms. Schutte, is that you don't owe her any money?
$1,500? No.
Well, how do you know this lady?
We worked together.
And where did you work together? What type of business?
Loan and escrow. So we worked in the same building.
Okay. And so how is it that you came to loan her some money?
We met in 2005. We worked together in the office. She had a separate side she worked on. We became friends instantly, and my boss, or our boss at the time, was going to loan her $5,000 for help with her wedding and her husband's plumbing business. And
is that true?
No.
Was somebody planning to loan you money, $5,000?
No.
That's not true. She's lying.
Okay,
Your
so
Honor.
wait a second. None of what she said is true.
No.
She's lying.
Okay. Well, did you ever borrow any money from this lady?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay. What did you borrow from this lady?
I borrowed $5,000 from Laura.
How long has she known you when she offered to loan you $5,000?
I don't know, 5 months.
She just out of the blue offers to loan you money.
I was telling her the situation as a friend standpoint.
What was the situation?
Me and my husband decided to open a drain business. For the advertisement, to buy the tools, the truck, we needed $5,000. I went to her and said, look, this is the position I'm in. What do you think I should do?
You didn't own a house that you could refinance?
No. That's why I was asking, what are my options? And I was talking to her as a friend.
That's not true.
Wait a second. And so out of that conversation, she says, don't worry, I'll loan you $5,000?
Exactly. She offered to loan me the money.
Now you tell me how you saw what happened.
Prior to loaning her the money, I went to our boss and said, what do you think about me loaning her this money? I have the money. I want to help her with her wedding. I want to help her with her husband's business.
It wasn't for my wedding.
Ma'am?
Sorry, but it wasn't for my wedding.
Okay, ma'am.
That had nothing to do with it.
Ma'am, please don't interrupt again. Okay, I'm obviously listening to your side. Don't let me have to.
She's lying.
Okay,
You're
somebody's lying, and I'm going to figure out who's lying in a minute. But I want to tell you that I can't imagine anybody that I've known for 4 months that could just walk up to me and say, you know what, let me loan you $5,000. Oh, you can't pay for your wedding? I just met you? Let me give you $5,000. Right now, that's not making sense to me. But I'm going to listen to both sides. I asked you what happened. Now I'm listening to her side. So you say she's asking you for $5,000.
She didn't outwardly ask me for the loan. When she came into my office crying, I genuinely felt bad for her. I felt like, you know, her wedding's going to fall apart. She's not going to be able to get
She was crying.
She was in tears. She was sobbing in tears, crying. So I actually went to our boss. He felt there was no reason why I couldn't loan her the money if we had a proper note written. And so I said, okay. Drew up a note, talked to her about the loan. She was ecstatic about me loaning her the money.
So there was a promissory note?
There was, yes.
Okay, you signed a promissory note?
Yeah, I did.
For $5,000?
For $5,000.
Okay, did you ever pay back any of that $5,000?
Yes, I did.
How much did you pay back?
A lot of it. I
How
only
much
owe
is a
her
lot?
$265.
Ma'am, how much?
I'm sorry.
Don't interrupt.
Ma'am, how much did you pay back?
$4,750.
You paid back $4,750.
Yep.
Do you have proof?
No, because she was my friend. Every payment that I made,
Okay,
she
but
was
this
writing
friend,
down.
stop. This same friend had you sign a promissory note.
That's
so
correct.
it wasn't just based on our friendship that you owe me the money. It's based on a contract that you owe me the money.
Well,
so
that's
you don't
not the
have.
way it seems when
let
I
me
borrowed
ask
the
this.
money.
You know what? When you and I compete to talk at the same time, who do you think's gonna win? I'm gonna win.
Yes, Your Honor.
Every single time.
Fine.
Every time.
Okay.
You tell me you paid her $4,750. How did you pay that back to her?
I had a loan in the pipeline. When that loan closed, I was supposed to get a cut for a commission for $3,300. When I owed her that money, I said, instead of paying me that commission, and this was to her boss, please write that check to Laura. I
How
don't
much
wanna
was
see
that check?
For $3,300.
Is that true?
That is not correct. It was for $3,030.
Okay, so it was there were 2 3s in there. They
Yes.
just weren't next to each other.
Okay, correct.
So it was $3,030. Could that
Correct.
be right?
Yeah, somewhere around there. I thought it
Okay,
was
so the
$3,300.
$3,300 wasn't right, but $30 sounds like it could be right.
Correct.
Okay, so the rest of the money.
After I did that loan, I was laid off by her boss.
Okay.
Out of work for 7 months.
Okay.
Yes, I was planning a wedding. That money was not used
I'm
for
not
it.
asking you about your wedding. I am asking you about $4,750 of the $5,000 that you told me you've already paid her.
So after I was laid off by that
Right.
boss, I then went to the escrow side of where she worked and a different boss. He hired me as a loan originator, just me. When I was there, I did loans. I was making payments monthly to Laura.
No.
I offered to give her $1,200 after a commission
How much
check
did
came
you
in.
pay her monthly?
$80, $100. She did not give me a set payment. She said, whatever you can do, because I just got on my feet from getting
Okay,
laid
let
off.
me stop you. Let me stop you because I always have to go back over here. Did she pay you anything other than the $3,030?
After we signed a second promissory note, she started making me payments. The
Okay,
original,
was there a second
No.
promissory note?
I never signed a second note.
You never signed a second
No,
note?
never.
When Judge Karen's court continues.
That's not your signature?
Nope, and this isn't even my address.
And later,
Did you do an analysis of the handwriting on this promissory note?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
you're back in Judge Karen's court as Laura Robinson is suing her former friend and colleague, Caylee Schutte, for the remainder of a $5,000 loan.
Okay, the first note that you signed, what happened? It expired?
Well, no, after he paid me the $3,030, she
Right.
hadn't made me any payments, so I contacted her. She said that she would come in and agreed to sign a second note for the remaining balance because I was concerned that this could expire. I
Okay.
wanted to make sure I had all my bases covered.
So that's why you presented her with a second promissory note?
Yes.
And where was she when she signed this
She
promissory
came
note?
to my office in Vista and signed it.
She signed it. Were there any witnesses?
No.
And you're denying that you ever did that?
Yeah, I'm denying that after the $33,030.
Right.
I did make payments to her
No,
after.
no, no. I'm asking you about this note.
No, I never signed the note. I've never even seen that note. I've
You've
only
never-
known of one note for the $5,000.
Let me pass this. Have the bailiff pass this to you. Take a look at that and
Your
tell
Honor,
me.
I also have a copy of the first note. I don't know if
I
you-
don't need to see the
Okay.
first note.
No.
That's not your signature?
Nope, and this isn't even my address that I was living there at that time.
Okay,
that was 2 years
talk to me.
later.
Talk to me.
2 years later, I moved into this address, but with
Okay.
the date that this is supposedly signed,
Right.
and that's not even my handwriting at the bottom.
That's not you?
No.
Pass that back to me, please.
I don't write like that.
Okay. Let me see. Let me see the original note.
The signature page is the third page. Your Honor, I
thank you.
added after.
Excuse me 1 second. Let me just take a look. So this first note was in 2005. The statute of limitations would have expired on your first note in 4 years. But before it expired, you had her execute a second promissory note. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And why do you think that this lady thinks that you owe her $1,970?
Because she was charging me interest on the loan.
That's not
She's
true.
charging me interest. She's charging me small claims fee. When I got laid off, she was like, Caylee, I know you're not going to be able to pay me back by this deadline of our paperwork. Please just make me monthly payments. That's all I want. Is stay communicated with me, make me monthly payments.
Did you make any monthly payments?
Yes, I did.
No.
And you should have everything written down.
I do have some monthly payments that she started making
Then bring them out.
after we signed the second promissory note.
Okay,
she
but
did
I
make.
asked you, did she make any payments? Because
Not prior to signing
okay,
that
but
note.
ma'am, how much has she paid you?
She's paid me a total. Actually, I have it here. She has paid a total of $3,500 so far, and she has
Total payment.
total payments.
Okay, let me go over this. The balance of this leaves a remainder of $1,500 that she owes you.
Correct.
And your position is that this $1,500 is just interest.
Well, majority of it is.
No.
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
that's not
Do-
true.
on
Do you
that,
have
did it
any
say-
evidence at all on
no,
your side?
because I
What
thought
about
she was
witnesses?
my friend. I have a witness
Who's
who
your
worked
witness?
with us at the loan
Wait,
place.
who's your witness?
My sister.
Okay,
who was
what's your
our
witness's
manager.
name?
Allison.
Let me call in Allison. Does she
Please
have a
do.
last name?
Yeah, Shooty.
Allison Schutte. Raise your right hand. Ma'am, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, come on up and have a seat, please. So, state your full name,
Allison Shooty?
and you're the sister to this defendant?
Yes.
Do you have any information about this outstanding loan between the two of them?
I do. I actually know that my sister did make payments to Laura, and when Laura came and told her that she signed a second promissory note, my sister swore up and down, no, I didn't, no, I didn't. This is the amount that I owed her. These are the payments that I've made. I also know that Laura contacted my sister 2 weeks prior to this, after she made another payment, and said, hey, Caylee, how much money do I owe you? Because I think I'm missing some payments.
No.
So it was a conversation that I had with my sister while we were barbecuing that you called.
Okay, you're talking
And
to me.
after that.
You're
Oh, sorry.
talking to me. I'm showing you what's been marked as Plaintiff's Exhibit 2. Have you ever seen this document?
No.
Is that your sister's signature on the document?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think it's her
She scribbles. We kind of scribble.
Okay. Now I'm looking at the signatures on the first note, and you agree you signed the first note,
Yeah.
right?
First note's correct.
I mean, I'm not a handwriting examiner. Ma'am, have you brought any witnesses?
Yes, I have a handwriting expert.
You have a
here.
handwriting expert.
When Judge Karen's court continues.
And did you do an analysis on this promissory note?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Judge Karen's court is back in session as Laura Robinson claims former friend Caylee Schutte owes her $1,500 and has a promissory note to prove it. Caylee denies signing any note.
Ms. Robinson, I'm looking at your very first promissory note, and it looks like there is a rate of interest of 10%.
A rate of interest at first. When she voluntarily quit her job, she was not laid off because it was not a salaried position.
Allison?
It was a
Okay, wait a
commission.
second. You know what? You are jumping up and down on my last nerve. Now, I may have you removed to wait outside and rule on this case without listening to you. But I've had enough of you interrupting me. And the next time you interrupt me, I'm going to have you escorted outside and I'll rule without your testimony at all. Do you want that to happen?
No.
Okay. So let's just make sure that we're all on the same page. You're agreeing that she made payments up until July 19th, that she made payments of $60.
Yes, but they were
And
not
subtracting
monthly.
all those payments plus the $3,030, your position is that she still owes you $1,500, and that is pursuant to this promissory note.
Correct.
Okay,
Does that
and you
include
said you have a
interest?
witness here.
I do a handwriting
Okay, I want to
expert.
hear from your witness. You can step down.
Okay, thanks.
Come forward, ma'am. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, come up, please. And you can take a position over here.
Thank you.
And what's your name?
Beth Chrisman,
And Beth Crispin, you are a...
forensic document examiner.
Okay, how long have you been a forensic document examiner?
I've been a certified forensic document examiner for over 3 years, and I've apprenticed with one of the world's foremost handwriting experts. in his office, and I also am the director of the International School of Forensic Document Examination, and I train students worldwide in this field.
Okay. Did you have an opportunity to review a known handwriting sample of Caylee shooting?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Okay. And did you do an analysis of that handwriting compared to the handwriting on this promissory note?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Okay. And can you explain your findings?
Yes. Okay. I did note a couple of differences in the signatures. The Y has a small loop, almost a retrace, where this one has even smaller retrace coming back, as well as the loop in the L. However, the ending of Schutte on the name in both samples is very fluid and very similar in these strokes, going up, coming, crossing backwards, and finishing. And those strokes are similar, and there are no hesitations within the strokes.
What does that mean, no hesitations?
If someone was forging another's name, they would probably hesitate as they go through. The fluidity in the writing would not be there. The consistency would not be there, thus leaving blots of ink within the document itself.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you began your testimony by showing the differences between the first name, the way the first name is written,
Yes.
and the way the first name is written in the disputed document.
Yes.
Now, how does that jive with the matching up of the last names in the document?
Because I wanted to make you aware of the fact that, yes, there sometimes are dissimilarities, because as we sign our name, we never sign our name exactly the same way twice. If that presents itself in a document, we know that it is a cut and paste. However, there is a range of natural variation within our signatures, but the things that are major are consistent throughout each signature.
And the characteristics that are major are consistent throughout these two signatures?
Yes, Your Honor.
And within a degree of professional certainty, can you say that this is the same signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
When we return, Judge Karen will render her verdict. During the commercial break, the courtroom gallery voted for whom they thought would win this dispute. And now, here's how they called the case.
Is there any other evidence? Anything else from you, ma'am?
Your
Any
Honor,
other documents?
Well, I'd just
Those
like to
belong
note how she's been spending her money and not paying me.
How has she been spending her money?
Well, on her Facebook page, she says she went on a 15-day vacation in January. She was moving into a house within 20 days of March 3rd. And she also was at the pool tanning for 5 days instead of working to pay me back. She also broke her leg falling down the stairs at a nightclub because she was drunk.
Okay. All right, I've heard enough testimony, and based on the evidence of the expert that is your signature, I find that you lied to the court about that document because I believe the expert. I am ready to rule. My ruling is in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. Good luck to
Your
you.
Honor.
More to come in Judge Karen's court.
I think the judge needed to look at the signatures correctly. That was not correct. That was not my signature. You can obviously see that Laura had something to do with that signature.
I think Judge Karen got it right. She looked at the evidence, it was in my favor, and she ruled correctly.
I feel that Laura betrayed me. She harassed me. She went on my Facebook. She came to my work. I feel betrayed.
You know, we're probably not going to remain friends after this.
Why don't I believe you?